Today's show is brought to you by Audible. Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just go to audibletrial.com/Blueline and browse the unmatched selection of audio programs. Download a free title and start listening. It's just that easy. Go to audibletrial.com/Blueline.
You want me to intro it?
Yeah, you say.
And welcome back to the Bears Blue Line. Like that?
Yeah. And then say, I'm your host.
I'm your host, Connor Hobbs, joined by
Colby Williams, co-host.
our producer, Kyle Mace. And today, we are lucky enough to be joined by Erik Burgdoerfer. Say hi, Erik.
Wait. Are we doing this first and then introduce? That was our first attempt at...
Sorry, I was trying my best. I got lots to work on. I'll be better.
All right, that's the first time we've let the boys try and intro the show. And we're having some technical difficulties already. So, Season 2, Episode 2, Bears Blue Line, is now officially underway. So we did want to thank everybody for listening to the first episode again. Had a lot of fun doing that, getting back in the saddle and running these things around. Make sure you're following us all on social media, at Bears Blue Line, on Twitter, at Bears Blue Line on Instagram. You're going to see a lot more fun stuff coming out here. I know the boys had fun here with that Google autocomplete interview. If you haven't checked that out already, check that out. We've got a couple other ideas coming up
We've
here
got
soon.
more coming. We've got more video stuff coming. So.
Yeah, me and Hobbs have been brainstorming in the apartment.
Yeah, we've been thinking up some stuff. We think it's going to be good.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I guess. Don't set the bar too high.
But should we turn it over to our guest?
Yeah,
Give him a
speaking
little,
of chirping and yipping and having some chirps all the time, let's introduce our guest.
He is pretty fully... No, you go ahead.
Okay, well, let's introduce him right here, right now, number 32 for your Hershey Bears. Welcome to the Blue Line, Erik Burgdoerfer.
What's going on, listeners? Erik Burgdoerfer here. Noticed there was some over 30 looking at chirps in reference to Trusty. Nothing wrong with looking like you're 30.
Hey, you're a good-looking 30-year-old.
I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate that. Thanks for having me on. It's an honor.
Big fan?
Big fan. First-time listener last week.
Oh, wow.
There was no Bears Blue Line podcast during my first stint in Hershey, so I'm pretty excited to make my first appearance.
Well, we were just young gun black aces when you were here.
Yeah, just a couple guys picking up pucks the first time around. So you guys have really blossomed. And
what's your first impressions of me and Hobbsy?
Just a couple of kids coming in. We were on a big playoff run then, and I'm not sure how pumped they were that we were playing for so long, and they had to stick around and waste their summer picking up pucks and not really practicing with the group. But
we did not.
We had some fun away from the rink, and it was good to see a couple familiar faces coming back, because other than you guys and Tuna initially, I wasn't sure. Yeah. Who was going to be here? I mean, Boyder's come down, Louis come down, Cops has come down, so Juicer. I mean, all guys who we didn't know where they were going to land on the depth chart, but
right.
Good to be back again. Let's get rolling. What do we got here?
Okay, well, I mean, we wrote down some stuff that we thought you might want to talk about, or that just to have some direction with our podcast with you. But why don't you tell us and tell the listeners about your career and just your life, just so far. Probably, I mean,
geez, that's pretty.
Because I know it's broad,
pretty heavy. Well, my favorite color's red.
Is it red?
Yeah, it's red.
Oh, okay. No, because you've had a pretty interesting career. I mean, you started out and you were in Bakersfield, and I was in the East Coast. Out the West.
Yeah. So I graduated from school. I was undrafted. Didn't have a whole lot going on offers-wise. Ended up in Bakersfield, out in the ECHL before they became an AHL team.
So coming out of college, you went to RPI?
I went to RPI, correct, yeah.
And, coming out of college, what was your, mindset where you're like, I'm going to play pro no matter what, see how it goes? Or, what,
Yeah, so I was kind of a unique situation. I went to school when I was 17, so I graduated college when I was 21. So I was pretty young. I felt like I had more room to develop my game. Definitely wanted to keep playing. When I came out of school, I signed with the Maple Leafs and went to rookie tournament with them leading up to main camp. And actually on my second shift of the rookie tournament, I separated my shoulder.
No way.
And I was released after that. So I didn't get to really show anything that I had. And they didn't have a lot of room. So I was kind of just a free agent again. And that's how the whole Bakersfield thing came around. I wasn't healthy for the start of the season, so
whose team was Bakersfield? Was that
at
Edmonton?
the time they were the Minnesota Wild, and the
Okay.
AHL affiliate was the Houston Aeros.
Okay.
So that was a couple folded franchises at this point.
Yeah.
We're going way back, but yeah, started there, kind of worked on my game, played there 3 full seasons. Wasn't sure where hockey was going. Was really enjoying my time out there playing. Great fan base out there. Shout out Condorstown.
What's the city like, Bakersfield?
It's got a little bit of everything. There's some really nice country club areas, some working class areas, and some desert, some trees, some palm trees, like a little bit of everything.
Is
there.
it beach? Like, is there a beach there?
No.
How
So
far do you gotta go to get to the
it's
beach?
part of the inland area there. You come over the mountains from LA, and it's in the Kern Valley. Big kind of agricultural / oil town. So.
Okay.
But yeah, from there, actually Troy Mann came out, got the head coaching job.
No way. And that's when you first met Troy, man.
I met Troy at the draft the year leading up to the season in Bakersfield after he left Hershey. The draft was in New York, New York City, where I live in the off season, and we went out to dinner. He convinced me basically to keep trying at hockey because when we first initially talked on the phone, I was ready to move on and start working. That whole summer, I worked in Manhattan. I had an internship.
And how old are you here?
I was 24, going on 25,
Right.
and was just ready to kind of turn the page. I'd had a lot of fun, but I wasn't sure if hockey was going anywhere, so
Right.
wanted to dust off the diploma, and so I was working all summer when I met with them in July or end of June, and kind of all just went from there. I actually came to Hershey for training camp with my now coach Patrick Weller was my D partner.
No way.
Wow. For the preseason games. And
What was
then,
Wells like as a teammate?
I mean, the Hershey faithful know him. He was, hard-nosed D-man, but just he was actually really nice, very, very good, gracious guy to me. We went out to lunch a lot. Pat Weller's a big Starbucks guy for those listeners that don't know. So
Big coffee guy.
he showed me
Big
where
coffee.
the Starbucks was, and we had a couple iced coffees and chopped it up.
Was he like, because now as an assistant coach, he's always buzzing around the rink and
Yeah.
chirping guys and joking around. Was he like that as a player too?
I would say even more so.
Even more so,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Like chirping everybody all the time.
Yeah, just he's got that kind of like bounce in his step, kind of like walking on the calves a little bit, bouncing around the room.
He does.
Yeah.
He walks
Grinning.
on his toes a bit.
Yeah.
Like he'll chirp and then walk away.
Chirp. Oh, there's
and
like
then
yeah.
he'll turn back and come back. He'll think of something and be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know?
You always got to be ready with that guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Burgy too.
Yeah. Hey,
so
listen.
would you say maybe that he taught a little bit of the chirping too, or have you always had like a good, keen, quick wit to yourself?
I think that comes from growing up with the twin brother. We were always kind of looking to throw little daggers at each other. So
Okay.
that
Makes sense.
shout out Greg. Thanks for that.
Your brother.
That's my twin. But yeah, so back to the long, arduous journey of pro hockey for me. Didn't work out here in Hershey. Ended up signing with Oklahoma City, which at the time was Edmonton and Bakersfield's affiliate in the AHL. So kind of did the season out there with Troy. We had a lot of success. Went to the conference finals. I got called up for a bit, played my first AHL games, and went into that summer reinvigorated with hockey, re-energized, thinking, hey, maybe something could happen. And then I don't know if it was May or June when Troy got hired here in Hershey, and I was looking for a job, and he said they had a job for me here. So started off the season actually down with Carbs in South Carolina.
Wow.
Went through training camp in Washington, training camp in Hershey, training camp with Carbs down in South Carolina. Played the first 3 games with the Stingrays and Carbs, and then got called back up to Hershey and stayed there for the rest of the year.
Right. And that was that's probably a pretty big year for you in your career.
Yeah, it was a huge year for me. It was, to establish yourself and show that you can be an AHL player full-time as an older guy at the time, 25, 26 years old, to be able to play and at times have to play over prospects and, show that you belong in over them and establish yourself at that age. It wasn't easy, and I wouldn't be where I am without them giving me that opportunity. So I'll be forever thankful for that. And after that year, came back again. We went to the Calder Cup Finals that year. Got to play a lot, and we had a lot of success, a lot of fun. Met you guys.
Couple jokes, couple clowns.
Yeah, a couple
clowns
jokers coming in. Some good energy, some good laughs for us during that playoff push. Staying at the Hampton Inn, hitting up King Cone every night.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man, did we eat like crap?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good, man. From there, kind of bet on myself. Thought that, hey, this AHL thing's been going pretty good. I'd like to, try and get a game in the NHL. Wasn't a lot of room for me here, so moved on and signed with Buffalo and Rochester. Got to play my first game that year at the ripe age of 3 days shy of 28 years old. So
wow.
That was some experience for me. Just about 400 games, or a little more than 400 games into my career, finally playing in the NHL. So pretty surreal. A lot of people,
crazy? Yeah.
A lot of people say like, "Oh, I was so nervous," like this and that. Like, for me, all I remember was smiling. Like, I don't remember anything about the game. Yeah. We actually played against Washington, so small world. Kind of circled back, but it was a special day for me. It was just all smiles and no nerves really. I don't even really know how I played. It just kind of it was just a blur.
Yeah. I think that's crazy, and it just shows how competitive hockey is, and like the East Coast isn't just like a throwaway league. Like there's a lot of good players that can play. Yeah,
especially if you're an undrafted player. It's you got to work your way up. It definitely takes a lot of success at that level to show that maybe you could do it in the AHL. So
and you need a bounce, need an opportunity.
You definitely need an opportunity, and coaching staff here when I was here the first time gave me that opportunity, and I was able to show what I could do from there. So for all you people out there working at whatever you're working at, just keep working, because you never know. 6 years into your career, you might be playing in the NHL. So keep at her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So then from there, signed with Belleville in Ottawa. Cool experience living up in Canada. Never thought I'd be doing that. Got to play some games for the Senators as well, which was pretty special. Playing for a Canadian team, Canadian market, it was pretty cool.
Capital city of the country.
Yeah, it was definitely a great experience for me. And then last year reunited with Troy Mann up in Belleville. So I got to show him around instead of vice versa for once. So that was good. And then this summer went to free agency. Kind of wanted to change after being there for 2 years, and Hershey came a calling, and it was an easy choice for me. I really had a great experience here the first 2 years, and was more than happy to come back, and especially with the way you guys ended the season last year. I think that we had the chance to do something special here, and the older you get, all you care about is winning, and this organization loves to win. So that definitely played a big part in my decision to come back.
Yeah. Well, we love having you, man.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we're on the podcast.
Burgy is a good locker room guy. He's always got pretty good energy, and he's always chirping and joking, and it keeps it pretty light. And especially some dog days after a couple of losses or whatever, it gets a little tough in the Januaries and Februarys, and you're playing a lot of games and a lot of hockey. But a guy like Burgy is really pretty fortunate to have. Good leader.
Oh, thanks, guys. I'm blushing over here.
Except in Super Bowl, he's an absolute
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I guess we could say he's a good player.
Yeah, I mean, the name of the game is sewer ball. You're supposed to.
I think
sewer.
listeners should just keep in mind that, you know, when you look at the win column, you're gonna find me right at the top.
I love it, Burgy. But before we keep this sewer ball talk going, we also want to put our Bears Blueline listeners into the win column with an offer from Audible. Audible is giving our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just go to audibletrial.com/Blueline and browse the unmatched selection of audio programs. Download a title for free and start listening. And we have a great title for you to check out. It's Audible's new series, The 64th Man, starring John Cena. Cena plays Billy Logan, a former college football player who's trying to figure out what's next in life. You can get the 10-episode series for free. That's right, for free, with your trial from Audible. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/Blueline. Again, that's audibletrial.com/Blueline for your free audiobook.
So
You might be.
Yeah, but it's just
Is
do you
it pretty?
care about like integrity out there in the
You
sewer
don't
ball
care
game?
about other people's.
I
touches.
don't think we can question my effort though.
No, we can't.
I go for everything.
It's not
Yeah.
effort.
I would say that I put the sewer into sewer ball.
Yeah. But are you on purpose throwing those grenade passes?
There's no better play than putting it right between two guys and making them fight it out.
Yeah, that's true.
Because then you're not
True.
involved.
That's true.
And you know, we're not soccer players, so they mess up more often than not.
That's yeah.
I guess we could probably explain what sewer ball is for the listeners. Do they think they? Well, like sewer ball
listeners.
to the new listeners. Yeah, we got a lot of new listeners. We're pretty big right now.
Yeah.
It's blowing up.
Yeah.
It's blowing up. Sewer ball or two touch is a soccer game that you play. It's just keep up, and you can only touch the ball 2 times, and
in a row.
Yeah, in a row, and then you gotta pass it or whatever. So I play not very aggressively. I just try to keep it up.
I think you're kind of a showboater.
Okay. A little showtime, maybe.
You're like a human backboard with a little flash.
Okay.
You got a little
Like
flash though.
the one move you always make is like you cross your feet and like do like a little like sick little stall play, and it's just so unnecessary.
He's got some swag.
But it's
Got some
swag.
flash.
It is
Some
swaggy.
swag.
You know?
Okay.
But
Yeah.
showtime.
Okay, then let's analyze Hobbsy's let's analyze Hobbsy's sewer ball game.
You know what? He's a bit of a mixed bag.
He's a mixed bag.
bit of
A
a
mixed
mixed bag.
Okay, well, I mean, I know I'm nitpicking here, but like, I just, I make some horrible reads in sewer ball. You know, like I don't know what I'm like, whether I should be doing a chest play or terrible shoulder plays. I can't do it, and that affects my game, I think. But
Yeah, but you keep the other people guessing of what you're gonna do.
that's true. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
we're
know
never
where it's
really
going.
sure
Yeah.
where it's gonna go.
But sometimes I have lots of control, though.
Right.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
But the scoreboard is crap with Burgy's stuff. I think. Like I don't know if you can. It's got to have an asterisk beside it. Like it's just.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of, you can use a hockey analogy, for goals. Like nobody asks how, just how many.
Okay.
So
Good point.
That's kind of my
If you can look yourself in the mirror
perspective
and know
on sewer ball.
that it's just like.
Yeah,
All right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, that's-
whatever. Else
I love
is
it.
sleeping at.
snoozing.
Yeah. Snoozing away.
So you're a big city, New York Apple kind of guy, and but you were born PA.
Yeah, so born just outside of Philly in Abington, Pennsylvania, and I moved when I was 3 weeks old. So sorry for all the PA folks out there that think I'm a homegrown product. I was only around for 3 weeks, but I was born here, so that's what's on the stat sheet there. But moved out to Long Island when I was 3 weeks old. I guess that would have been more my parents doing the move.
Yeah, I don't think you really helped out that much.
I
You
was
probably got in the way.
Bit of a burden, if
Mhm.
anything. Yeah.
Just this big
twin
mutant
baby
Oh,
mutants
yeah.
just yelling while your parents are trying to move.
Yeah.
That couldn't have been.
They-
Sorry, mom and dad.
Some regret, I would assume, from them.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah, but grew up on Long Island, about an hour and a half outside of the city, Manhattan. When I say the city, pardon me.
Us non-city locals.
non-tri-state area folks. But so yeah, a little bit further out on Long Island, not quite the big city vibes. But after college, my girlfriend at the time, now my wife, we moved into the city, and I've lived there ever since. So living downtown
And
Manhattan.
would you change it at all? Would you change it? You love the place?
It's a lot of fun. I don't see myself living there long term, but she works there. It kind of makes sense for us, and it is a bit of a good time.
Yeah.
I do wish I had a yard. A yard would be nice. Some grass would be nice. A little peace and quiet. But you take the good with the bad. There's always something to do, whether you like it or not. So
that city's mayhem.
It's craziness.
It'll swallow you up.
Are you totally used to I notice when I go there, it's just people just buzzing around. Like it's just there's so many people. Like, do you get used to that?
So when you live there, you kind of try and stay away from those areas where the visitors come.
The tourists.
You stay out of the tourist hubs.
Okay.
So I'd say the busiest area I'm in consistently would be just Grand Central Terminal, the train station there. I'm taking the train in the summers to go up and train in Connecticut. So I take the train out. Take the train to train.
Nice.
And you train with
a
fellow Bear.
Matty Molson and I have been training together up in Connecticut. With Ben Prentice is the guy who trains us. We've been up there he's been up there longer than me, but I've been up probably the last 7 summers or so. So definitely had the inside scoop on Matty, and I was pretty pumped when he told me that the Chocolate and White were giving him a call, and he was thinking about it. So pretty glad it worked out.
The web, hey, the hockey web. Everybody knows.
Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah,
there's always a couple shades.
Always a couple. Well, I got written down here. I wanted to talk about your taste in music.
Yeah.
Because I love music. You love music.
Yeah. So
I don't know. That's just what I wrote down.
City Slicker from Manhattan. I don't have the iPod you'd think I have. Big classic rock, old country, new country. Not a Z100 guy for those of you that know what that is. So Hobbsy always kind of thinks it's weird that I like that music, but
I don't know why. I just do.
That's something I grew up. My dad was a big classic rock guy, so that got kind of drilled in, the oldies, all that kind of stuff. Motown even from my mom's side, and then I started getting on country pretty young. I would say Brooks and Dunn era. That Travis Tritt, George Strait, some of the older guys in country. But I like the new stuff too. And me and Hobbsy, not everyone likes the music that we like in the locker room, so there's some negative feedback at times. But
it's like the locker room music it's country all the time.
Yeah, I love it.
Unless game days. Well,
even some game day mornings, we've been phasing it in there, and not the best feedback always.
I know. That's on me.
I will say that you're a good sport, and you do give up the aux cord for the game, and you let someone else grab it. It's
not even just being a good sport. It's just I don't want the pressure of before the game.
It's a lot of pressure. You can't please everyone, and especially one of the biggest critics is Burgy.
I was gonna say Moles
or Moles.
Holy crap, dude! You give it to me.
So just for those listeners out there in the locker room, the music guy, it's a lose-lose situation.
There's a win in there.
Where is
music,
it?
You're happy.
But you're also self-conscious
and nervous. Yeah.
So you're not even enjoying your own stuff. There's always going to be a critic in the room, and then even if you do like it, sometimes you just criticize anyway. just to get in their kitchen.
And then even when my music is on point, then it goes, can we get a couple of notches of volume here, Hobbsy?
Yeah. The volume's not right. The
volume's never right.
No, it's a tough spot you're in.
Yeah, and now I've had to bring my phone to my stall now for that reason, for the volume and the music. I used to just leave it up at this front. I don't want my phone in my around me.
Bluetooth, man, it's crazy.
But it's just like,
it's wild.
Oh man, I need it there just so I can appease the masses. But okay, well I'm glad we
radio host, DJ, hockey player, professional mustache grower. What can he do?
Yeah. Oh, what a great transition!
That's
the best
we got actually 3 pretty good mustaches here.
You mean on the team or on the cast?
What are you talking about?
No, like on this podcast.
Ouch.
Like probably the 3 best mustaches on the team, I would say.
Oh no.
I think I would take number 1 because I started at the start of November, and Hobbsy started about 3 months before, probably.
So?
How many?
How do you have proof of this?
Yeah, there is proof.
What?
Well, there is proof that you started before.
Yeah, my Halloween costume.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was part of my Halloween costume to have a
It was
mustache.
part of your Halloween costume last year too.
Exactly,
You
yeah.
really use that
Yeah.
excuse once a decade.
Can you call me a cheaters or can you call me a winner? You know.
Also, for you fans out there, we had a best costume prize, and Connor did take it home. So kudos to Connor for putting in the work, especially as a single guy, no girlfriend or wife to help with the.
Well, I have a girlfriend.
Sorry, no girlfriend with him to help
Right.
with his costume.
Phew, that was
Apologies.
Yeah, that could have been
Apologies.
bad if we let that go.
That was a misspeak there.
That's
I just
automatic
meant-
dog hose.
I just meant that he had no one to help him put his costume together.
Right.
So-
We understand, but that was
Yeah.
a close
Yeah.
one.
Wow. Yeah.
Apologies.
That's okay. But yeah, no, I work hard at stuff like that. You know, it's for the guys. You know,
Great job.
You're always good for
it's
a laugh.
It's to make a laugh here and there. And my mustache, whether you like it or not, is on my face to stay for another 2 weeks. So is Burgy's. If you can get one going, Willie, please, anytime.
I feel like he's working at it. It's coming
It's
in.
better than last year, that's for sure.
Yeah, big time.
This is my best year so far.
Yes.
I think we're gonna have to get on the social media though and start getting some pics out for the boys. We'll have to
Yeah.
get on Trusty about that.
I
mean,
agree.
I feel like we're
Yeah.
halfway into the month here. There's been no mention of
No.
Movember.
We got our own accounts. Let's pump up Bears
Yeah.
Blue Line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Get some shots
We'll-
today.
we'll throw out some
Throw them
mustache.
out.
Yeah, let's
Sure.
get some buzz going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys can let us know who's got the best mustache out of the 3.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to put an asterisk beside mine because I cheated, quote unquote, cheated this Movember.
Yours would probably look the same.
It just, yeah, that's the point. Like, it just,
You can grow hair in 3 hours, I think, on your face.
well, yeah, it's honestly a curse. But
Why?
this is being hairy is a curse, man. It is.
It's this catch-22 that people that can't grow facial hair or anything want to be hairy, and the people that are hairy don't want to
Yeah,
be
you
hairy.
just want what you can't have.
So the two of us here, me and Willie, wish we could be Hobbsy and could grow it.
And Burgy. I mean, Burgy's got a good one.
Stash is outstanding too.
I feel like it's
I
getting
think
thrown
that-
in the, like, it's just getting pushed aside. We're not talking about Burgies. It's sick. Look at this thing.
If we
Well, I
split
also
it in half
didn't
here-
juice. Yeah, I wasn't. There was no PEDs on my part. I did. That's not completely true. I shaved on October 28th, so
Couple days.
days of leeway. But
Huh.
we had a game on the 1st, I believe, or
The 31st.
31st. So I don't like to shave on game days. Usually, it will break out
Right.
sensitive skin. So
That's just
shave
better.
before the weekend.
Okay.
Yes, that's fair.
Very fair.
I don't
Very
know when
fair.
I shaved. I don't think it really mattered. But yeah, we'll have to get on Trusty, or no, we'll throw it up ourselves and.
And then we'll get on Trusty.
Get a little.
Yeah, tell them to retweet us and give us some love here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trusty, come on.
Yeah, I think we should also bring up that there's a podcast with the Washington Capitals right now that
Bit of controversy.
their
There's a little
name
controversy.
is very eerily close to our name of our podcast.
There is.
You know,
It's what is it again?
I don't
Between two blue lines.
Between Two Blue Lines, which
Oh, that's a knockoff on Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, it
as
seems
well.
like a ripoff between Two Ferns and
the
the
Bears
Bears
Blue
Blue
Line.
Line.
yeah, and I mean, I'm all for it. You know, like I got confidence in our podcast. I'm not saying they're gonna steal our thunder, nothing like that.
Do we want to start some podcast beef?
But it just,
maybe some diss tracks here.
I just,
Oh,
I would love to know where the head was at. You know, like I don't know. Whatever. Am I saying it? I'm
We'll
not
get our
saying
lawyers on it.
I don't know. Yeah,
Might be
we'll-
some copyright
Our people
issues.
will call their people, and we'll get that cleared up for anybody wondering.
Yeah. We had the idea first, I think.
Oh, way before.
Years ago.
Yeah. So
Years.
let's
1 year.
just wanted to clear the air.
months ago.
Months, at
many
least.
months.
Oh,
that.
but legitimately, I'm going to just put this out there. I've tried to push this idea for about 3 or 4 seasons now, and then we were graced by your presence here. And I don't think the world was ever the same.
Oh.
You were just waiting for the right people, I guess. to come up
Absolutely.
through the.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who else could do this. Who else has the?
I don't think anybody can
The
take the
stones.
man hours to. that it takes to be a podcaster.
Oh
It's
man,
tough.
just the blood, sweat, and tears we put in this. It
Just to sit down and talk, it's
unbelievable.
just horrible. And to not swear
Yes.
is
Wow.
tough. to do.
Swearing is actually a little tough.
So hard.
I got a little pep talk before coming on that you got to keep it PG.
Like even
in the locker room, it just flows out.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you don't really think about
So
it. and
nice.
It's yeah, we're dialed in here.
Just garbage mouth.
Oh man, we talk like just fools.
I'm gonna just say Willie's a little rough with it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna call you
I
out.
know.
You've had some moments
I
here.
think Willie,
Well-
he's so passionate. He gets
Yes.
so into something,
Yeah.
and it just boom, it
Emotional
pops
guy.
out.
I know.
Oh, autocomplete interview, absolutely.
That was a bad
that
one.
was rough.
That flew out.
Oh.
It just came
If
off
you
the
have
tip of
not
the tongue.
watched that already, you need to just look at
Yeah.
Willie's reaction when we had to bleep him out.
Honestly,
Well, I
that was
swore twice.
Oh.
I said, I swore, and then I swore because I swore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Honestly,
one of
that
those.
kind of makes the video, in my opinion. Like that, I was
Oops.
laughing at that even watching it after.
Some of the boys actually watched it, which was I was pretty surprised with.
And I'm hearing good feedback from the guys.
I thought it was some good content. I was excited to be a part of it after watching, and then I didn't really know what to expect.
No.
Quite honestly.
Well,
and I know you guys did it last year, but I wasn't around and I didn't tune in. It was
It didn't
was well
catch
done.
you up in Canada.
it didn't make it across across the border. I don't
north
know.
yet.
There's
Soon though.
Yeah.
Well, maybe with you.
yeah. Hey, maybe.
I'm sure there's some
Maybe
Belleville
we'll get
faithful out
some
there.
get some people listening.
Hey, but for those of you that are listening right now, we've got another deal for you, and this comes from our friends at SeatGeek. SeatGeek is an amazing app that helps you buy tickets in literally the easiest way possible. Whether you're trying to get tickets to check the guys out, play a little stick and puck on the ice, or go to that show that you've been dying to go see but just can't find tickets for, SeatGeek's got you covered. And the deal we've got for you is $20 off your first purchase. That's right, $20 off your first purchase. So at checkout, use the code CHOCOLATEHOCKEY, all one word, Chocolate Hockey, and get $20 off your first purchase. Again, at checkout, SeatGeek, use the code CHOCOLATEHOCKey for $20 off your first purchase.
No, maybe we'll get Burgy on a video.
Yeah.
We'll get a mustache pick at least.
Well, we don't want to give away what exactly we're thinking for our videos until they're
Our little
about to-
Yeah, I want to
competitions.
surprise you guys a little bit.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Some of these things that we're doing here.
Let's just say we've got an idea that's ripped off of Ellen, but it's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
We've ripped off a couple ideas, but we will say we do have a lot of original stuff coming. Like, you don't want to just be like, oh, we're ripping off this, we're ripping off this.
No, I know,
Like,
but-
and I will say those ideas are really good too.
Mhm.
And that's why we are taking them and
Yeah,
using
there's
them
no
for
need to
ourselves.
reinvent the wheel. I mean,
Exactly.
if it's
No,
already
they
out
say.
there.
Exactly.
As they say.
That's it.
That's exactly
So
correct.
that's what they said.
Well,
I don't know what else we got.
Willie told me last night to ask some questions, so I did
There you
some
go.
research.
Oh, here we
So
go.
I got some
All right,
questions.
I just
you're on.
wanted you to finally do something on this podcast.
All right, Brig, you're on the hot seat. Get ready.
Well, so looking kind of back through your life a little bit, you went to Ward Melville High School,
Correct,
right?
correct.
And same town as Kevin James, right?
Correct,
Of-
yeah.
Of King of Queens, and Mick Foley.
And
right?
Mick Foley. Mick Foley actually spoke at our graduation.
Oh.
So Kevin James came in for
Who's Mick Foley?
Oh, wow.
Who's Mick Foley? Mr. Sacco?
Mankind.
Willie?
Mankind?
I'm just
Dude
gonna
Love?
Google him.
Willie, do you know this?
And then Kevin James came in and spoke. I think I was in junior high for that, but they both
this guy's
both
name?
are Ward Melville Patriot alumni.
But you didn't play. There wasn't a hockey team there, right? You
There was a club hockey team I played for when I was in 8th grade. I played on the varsity team. It was fun. It was good, but it's not like a Minnesota high school.
Yeah.
Everyone has to play on the local travel teams to kind of work up to a good level of hockey and get exposure.
And when people talk about, are you guys still looking up Mick Foley here?
Well, I'm looking up Nick Foley and it comes up
Mick.
Mick. Yeah.
Mick, M-I-C-K, Foley.
Oh, I thought it was a Nick.
Mankind.
Mankind
Love.
cage match, like
He was the guy that Undertaker
guy
threw off
literally
Hell in a Cell.
had
That
barbed
looks like,
wire stuck in him every day.
That looks like Larry and Tyser.
I'm not really a big WWE guy. 'Cause it's
Oh, this is disappointing.
Oh.
Man, he looks like
This is-
he looks like the guy
This
from
is
the
tough.
Red Green Show.
I've never seen him in my life, but
His beard kind of looks like your buddy Sam.
he looks like a beauty. Yeah, he kind of does.
Okay, well,
Yeah, let's not get bogged down
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
I'm not a
sorry,
huge
sorry,
wrestling
sorry,
guy,
sorry.
but
But like, so people, because I think we do have, as you are telling people that we don't have the show in Canada. Canada is our second most important country here, and a lot of our listeners here. So people that don't understand the United States high school layout, that, you know, this is not like juniors where guys are going and going to different cities. You're playing relatively close to your home, right? Or for you, it was different. Right?
It was a little different for me. Long Island's not a huge hockey hotbed. Well, it's become more so now. But when I was growing up, we only had one junior. We call it Junior A. I guess in Canada it would be Tier 2 Junior A because it's not like the OHL where you're getting paid. But it's like a feeder league to get exposure for college. And it's actually an hour away from my home. So I would drive there after high school. I played for them my junior and senior years of high school. So I'd cruise out right after classes ended and drive an hour and get out there for practice and drive back after. So not your typical junior experience. A lot of guys go and bill it. We had guys coming from other places to billet and live in the area down in Long Beach, New York, where the New York Apple Corps is out of. But yeah, I drove from my parents' house, did the commute while I was going to high school at Ward Melville.
And East Setauket is North Shore of Long Island, right?
Correct, yeah.
So,
it's for those of you who watch the show AMC on AMC called Turn. It's or have read the book Spies on the Devil's Belt. It's where George Washington's spy ring was originated out of. It's big kind of undercover spy ring in the Revolutionary War. Kind of played a big part in turning the tides and getting the French to jump in on our side. So pretty important place. Check it out. That's home for me.
Shout out George Washington.
Shout out George.
And one other thing I did want to ask you is, so your dad wrestled at Indiana University?
Correct,
right?
yeah.
Do you have any wrestling background? Did you wrestle at all?
I did. I wrestled in high school. I played lacrosse in high school, which is our big sport there at Ward Melville. 20 or some high in the teens or low 20 state championships in New York for us. So when I tell people I play hockey and came from that school, they always ask, we mean lacrosse? Like, it's definitely a big lacrosse area. That's why our homecoming is even for lacrosse. So that's a little different than most schools, not for football. So
this is the most lost you guys have.
Yeah.
I mean, we know lacrosse, but
yeah.
You guys we've only had one American on the show. He's the second guy, right?
Right.
We had Pins on last
Oh,
season,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Jeez.
And Pins was a little rough around the edges when it came to, he didn't know how to pronounce the word finance. So that's
we actually get on him about that. He thinks it's finance.
Right?
He claims that's how people
how
in the industry say it, which is
Finance.
which is completely false because that's what my degree is into, and I had an internship on Wall Street and they call it finance.
But you know what? He
so.
told me. Pin said that his professor told him that. That's how he
I think that's one of the jokes. It's like, hey, go get a bucket of smoke. You know those jokes. It's like, well, I mean, maybe not. But
I don't know.
What's that one?
like when your coach says, hey, can you go grab a bucket of smoke from the thing?
Oh, because
and then he goes to ask like the caretaker.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
That's
never heard that.
Manner said
No.
that to me.
We did in junior. Our coach was like, "Hey, can you go grab a bucket of smoke?" And one of the rookies would go around with a bucket and ask like the maintenance guys, like, "Hey, like you guys got smoke back here? I need a bucket of smoke." And,
Dude, Manner said that to me once.
I guess it's not a big hit over here.
I think it's for someone of the American one is the blinker fluid joke. Do you know the blinker fluid?
I don't think I've heard that one either.
You send your kid into like Advanced Auto Parts and you say, "Hey, go get us some blinker fluid." And they have to go, "Hey, can I get some blinker fluid?"
Yeah.
No,
Little
that's
wild
not a
goose
thing.
chase.
Yeah.
I might have to start putting a couple of these in.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, you put
Need
them
a
in your
little
back
more
pocket,
content.
Go grab a bucket
Get
of
Sutsy
smoke.
going on somewhere. Get Clarky going.
I think-
He's pretty gullible.
Dude, Sutsy's going to wear a lot of chirps this year.
Sutsy?
Yeah. He's so easy to chirp. He's such a good guy.
Yeah.
It's
He'll just laugh it off.
Who's the perfect type of person to chirp? Is it somebody that's gullible or it's somebody that will play into the joke?
I'm going to go in a whole different direction. It's someone who can't take it for me.
Can't take it?
Someone who it really bugs. that's my, someone who plays along with it, like.
Spoken like a true evil.
Yeah. Like there's some people that'll be on what we call like the no chirp list, and those are my favorite guys to, chuck a little dagger at from time to time, just because, they're really sinking in.
The best part about you is that you chirp to the face, Like,
yeah.
I don't like chirping behind the back.
No.
That's a little different.
It's right out in the open. You gotta keep it open.
You gotta air
keep
that
it light.
laundry.
I like chirping guys who can take it and like laugh about it and give one back.
Yeah, getting one back is the end goal. Like when I'm chirping, I'm hoping to wear one back, because it just gets everyone gets buzzing, gets the mind going.
Yeah.
Keeps everyone laughing.
I like giving it to Christian McCarthy or
Yeah.
Chris McCarthy.
C-Mac, he's Christian. Yeah. Hey.
Chris. Well, who calls him Chris?
I call him Chris all the time.
Also, who knew Burgy's first name was Erik?
Not many people.
Not many.
No. It's
You do not look like an Erik.
pretty much just Burgy.
Yeah.
So it gets a little confusing when the twins are around though, because then what do you do?
I don't know the twins.
Yeah. So at home, my buddies go Erik and Greg, just because it would be weird if we were both Burgy. But
Erik.
within the hockey world, it's definitely Burgy. I don't, like you said, not too many people know my name's Erik.
I will never call you Erik.
Are you guys identical or?
We are identical. There'll probably be a weekend this year. I know some of the fans have talked to me about it before, where they're like, "Oh my God, your brother looks just like you." And yes, we are twins, and we're identical, and I can't be on the ice and in the stands, so it is not me up there. But say hi to him, make him sign something, let him know, make him feel at home. He appreciates it. He used to play, so he likes the spotlight.
What's the difference between like you guys? Like, what would be the biggest like characteristic,
Oh man,
personality wise?
tough to say, really. I guess he's a little more serious. I'd say I'm a little more easygoing at times, and he used to like to chuck him a lot when he was playing. He was a very hard-nosed forward, like to
Forward?
fight. Yeah. He would just pretty much dump and chase, mix in a couple net front goals, and he was tough to play against. Really liked to mix it up after the whistle. So you guys would have liked to watch him play.
That's funny.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah.
How long did you guys play together? Because you played together at RPI, right?
Well, he was a transfer from Air Force, so he had to sit out during his transfer year, and that was my senior year. So that was the only year we were together. We didn't actually get to play any games together because he had to sit out for the NCAA eligibility thing. But it was still great having him around my senior year. I mean, that's what you dream of growing up. So.
Because we haven't had that many college guys come on. What was your college experience like? Did you like it? Did you find the balance between school and hockey fun? What was that like?
Fun. I would say it's a lot of work. It helps you grow up as a person. I was definitely a different man coming out than I was going in. It helps you balance on ice and off ice and different responsibilities, and also helps put things into perspective and gives you a different outlet. If things aren't going well on the ice or in the classroom or vice versa, you have the other to lean on and help you get centered. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice diversion to keep my mind level. And obviously having a diploma post-hockey will be extremely helpful. So pretty grateful that I went that route, looking back at everything.
Yeah, that's pretty great. I always think about taking a class. It just never happens.
And that's something else. I've had a couple of roommates along the way, or guys I've played with, who do school on their own and do the online courses and stuff like that. And hats off to them, because I find it so difficult, and it's pretty impressive that they can do that. If I wasn't on campus with the guys, going to class, doing work together, it would be very, very difficult. So I definitely thank them for helping, push me through at times, and I hope they'd say the same. So.
Yeah, I took one university class after high school, and it just
Psych 101.
It just fell through.
Yeah.
Psychology. That one.
Psychology.
Yeah.
Except,
Did you pass?
well, no, I guess not. But
Well, so
Well, I'm not chirping because I only made it 2 chapters into that class before I quit.
yeah, there was about 9.
Yeah, there was 9.
And then our school guy goes, "Hey, I'll be like, in my professional opinion, I suggest you drop this class."
Oh man,
That was when we were black acing. Man.
Yeah.
that was
We were
pretty
here.
pretty subtle
I
on
didn't
his
even
part.
bring
Huh?
my textbook with me to Hershey.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Are you gonna have time? Like, are you doing the work right now?" And I'm like, "Dude, like, nope. I haven't done it since like the first couple months of the hockey season." He's like, "My professional opinion, drop the class."
Yeah.
But
Maybe that's a video.
But Willie went pretty far though.
I stuck it out to the end, and I went into the final with like an 85 or something. So I'm thinking like, oh, I can get a 0 on this test, and it doesn't matter. I still pass probably. And then I get, I think, a 48. I'm like, even better than a 0. Great, I pass. I get an email from the thing. They're like, you got to pass with a 60. I had no clue
On the exam.
on the exam. So I got 48. Okay, retest. I have to do it online because I'm in Hershey, I think, or maybe I did this one. Anyways, you had to get your test, and you have to get an online person to do the test with you.
Yeah.
And I only booked the test, so there was no person waiting for me. So I screwed that
No
up.
proctor. Yeah.
And then I went to Hershey, and it just
There was
fell
no
through.
way. There's no
Yeah.
way.
And it
Hey.
just fell apart, and now I don't even have 1 credit
But you know
for
what?
all the work I did.
Shout out to Dwayne Hinger,
Yeah.
our school guy,
Dwayne.
for all the scrubs who weren't in high school anymore playing junior in Regina. He helped us out.
He helped a lot of guys, and I don't think
Professional-
that's a rule anymore. They have
professional-
to take classes.
Yeah. Professional opinion, drop it.
Yeah.
What a beauty.
Because in junior, we had to take, like, after your first year, you had to take at least 1 class. It was like a school rule.
Mhm.
And I think that got gassed after
Oh, yeah.
quite a few guys failed.
I did have a sweater, though. I had an Athabasca University sweater.
Wow.
'Cause of the online
College boy,
school.
eh?
Yeah. I lost it, though. I don't know where it is. Gone.
Just like your classes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Big chirp.
Well, boys,
Well, should we shut her down? Oh, actually, I wanted to say one more thing. I wanted to give a shout out to Finici's of Hershey. I've been trying to find a way to mix it in there. My favorite place to eat pregame meal. So
wow.
go try it out. The chicken salt and boca. It is delicious.
a nice little free plug.
There you go.
Anything else, boys?
It's everything.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Burgy.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Um,
Go Bears, Blue Line.
Go Bears, and we'll get a mustache pick.